Hello, and thank you so much for joining me for this intuitive reading today. This message is for whoever needs it, and our theme, we've got the Council of Monarchs, we have the Four of Water, and we have the Fool. And what this feels like to me is that you have your new beginning, your new start, the new step on your path with no shadow behind you. You have that laid out for you, and you know it's right there. For some reason, though, you are feeling really apathetic about this new beginning. And you're in a lot of ways delaying your own movement. You're delaying your own start. So the Council of Monarchs back here is this energy. It's doing two things. First of all, it's wanting to hold you accountable for what you've said you were going to do. But it also represents the reasons and all of the knowledge and information you have behind even wanting that new beginning in the first place. There's a reason why you wanted a new start. There is a reason why you asked for something or someone new. There's a lot of reasons, and they're good reasons. But for some reason, you find yourself turning away from the logic and the grounding of those reasons, and you're uninterested in stepping forward. Okay, so be aware that you're doing this to yourself. This is not the universe putting this, is not your guide saying, hang on. This is you doing this to yourself. So let's go into why this is happening. Why are you delaying your start? Okay, we've got Nine of Earth, High Priestess, and the Five of Earth. So you notice we've got a lot of Earth energy there. So that's a lot of stubbornness, a lot of rootedness. High Priestess in the middle. And the High Priestess is your inner knowing, is your inner sense of timing. It is the communication from your higher self in the form of intuition. But it's that little voice inside that says, this is right, this is the time. But what's going on is there's a fear of not being supported. There's a fear that if you step on that path, you're doing it alone and no one's going to help you. And there's also a fear that in stepping on this path, you're going to cut yourself, you're going to feel cut off. It's both that you think you're going to cut yourself off, but also that you feel you're going to be cut off from anything and anyone that may help you. And you're not willing to take that risk, Your comfort is too strong in where you are. But the consequences of not listening to that inner voice when she says it's time to go, when she says it's time to do this, what will happen is that this comfort that you feel will be destroyed somehow. It will be pulled out from under you, or like the rug will be pulled out from under you. The universe is going to say, well, if you're not listening to us, then you need a bigger push. So your choice really here is to listen to that inner knowing that says it's time, we've got to do this, we've got to go, or to hang back and listen to, it's really the seduction of the ego that says, no, it's more comfortable back here. And if you do that, no one's going to like you, no one's going to support you, no one's going to get you or understand you. So it's better for us to stay where we're comfortable. I'm being guided to ask, what will you gain by stepping forward in this new path, in this Fool's beginning? What will be gained? Seven of Water, Six of Earth, and the Eight of Air. That's an interesting message, because these two cards flanking the middle card have a similar energy to them. It's the energy of being stuck, or the energy of choosing choosing to procrastinate, choosing to keep yourself in a situation that you know is not right for you. And in the middle of it, we have the Six of Earth, which represents growth, however you decide to choose it. There's two kinds of growth happening. I really love this card. There's two kinds of growth happening in the Six of Earth. There's the growth that is really obvious. It's verdant. It's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of abundance, a lot of this happening. And that's more kind of growth on the outside when things are flowing to you and your life is moving along. Then there's inner growth, which looks totally different. It's stark. There's a desert happening. So if we did this, you see, it almost looks a bit like death, but it's where you have to really reach inside for the growth, where you have to reach deep down into your dark nights of the soul, where you have to reach down into the very fiber of who you are, and you challenge yourself saying, we're still going to grow. You challenge yourself saying, I'm not going to stay here. I'm not going to be this person. So I feel like what you're going to be gaining is a different level of self-respect, a different level of strength, and a different, really, is respect for the self. You know, I had a friend, she had given birth a few years ago, and I asked her what it was like, because I have never gone through the process of giving birth. And she said to me, you know, I had such a deeper respect for my body. I couldn't believe the amazing things my body did in that process. And that's what I feel you're going to gain, is that you're going to look at yourself in a completely different way. And it's almost as if all this green over here, you're paving the way to fall in love with yourself even more. Like, I had no idea I could do that. And I'm just I feel that there's this amazing part of me that I never knew. And it's not in the cocky kind of Six of Wands kind of way that you fall in love with yourself. It's not like a Knight of Wands arrogance. It's really a deep appreciation, a deep self-respect, and a deeper knowing of who you are. And why is that important? Why is that important for your new journey? Eight of Fire, almost there, and Knight of Earth, holding your course. All right, this is important because the tests are going to get a little harder. You're going to meet a hard test. And I don't like to hear that. Nobody really likes to hear that, but it's the truth. Your test is going to be a bit harder, and it's going to require more strength from you. It's going to require more of a stubbornness that says, no, this is my path. This is what I've chosen. And this is what I'm staying on. Okay. What is the reward from that challenge? If that challenge is met and overcome, what's the reward? Ace of Fire and Nine of Air. That the anxiety becomes something of the past. That all the anxiousness, the worry, and the self-doubt becomes something of the past, totally disconnected from who you are going to be in the future. And this is clear sailing. This is a smooth sailing for that new start. Finally, the Fool gets a path. Do you see how the Ace of Fire is that path? And the Fool has now left the honeycomb and is walking through. They're even kind of similar, the red hair. Although this one doesn't have red hair. She does have red hair. Well, there's red something. Anyway, similar look. And so you get that new start completely clear. So it's like you have to walk through this kind of skinny place or this boulder to make sure that you can actually get through to the other side where it's completely smooth sailing. All right, so don't give up on yourself right now. You've got to listen to that voice. You've got to be strong enough to go where that little voice is telling you to go, because there's something waiting for you that's going to test that strength in a good way, but it is testing that strength so that your future is totally open and clear. Okay, thank you so much for joining me. If this resonated, it's always great to hear from you in the comments below. And I am still offering one-on-one readings as well as soul readings for couples if you're really wanting to understand the soul purpose for why you came together and how you can help each other and the relationship grow on its soul purpose. That reading is not yet on my website, so you can just email me or reach out in the contact form that's in the description below. And I will look forward to seeing you again soon.